So for project part 1, we've been asked to use a Java and SQL to implement the following functionality for our online store. So the first part is to implement a button called initialize database, such that when the user clicks it, all necessary tables will be created or recreated automatically, with each table be populated with at least 10 tuples. And we've also been asked to use a database name project DB with username John and password pass1234. The second step is to implement a user registration and login interface so that only registered users can log into the system. And the root user has a username root with the password 123. Alright, so for our project, we were not able to implement yet an initialize database button, but that will be done soon. And as far as the second part goes, to implement a user registration and login interface, we have the registration interface, but not necessarily the login interface. So just to show you what we've got, so this is our login page, JSP file. When I go to run this on the server, it takes us to what we've called the login page with a register and initialize database button. This initialize database button will then be connected to the function to initialize the database. Right here on the register form, we have a first name, last name, email, password, gender, and age. And after pressing the save button, it goes directly to the database and it's stored there. However, so just to see if this works. Okay, so we run into an error, which means that somewhere in the user list JSP file, the user JSP file is not found. So that will be fixed shortly. Now, to show what else we have done, so right here under source, under Java resources and source files, these are all of our .java files to store blacklist, category, item, root and user information. These are just some regular class templates with the appropriate members and class methods that are going to be then later used and called in the DAO files. So far we have completed the user and the item DAO file for user.java and item.java. Next up is to implement the rest of these .java files and their source files, along with taking this list.jsp file and this peoplelist.jsp file to conform to our current project. So far, this is what we've done on Eclipse. As far as the MySQL workbench, in here we just have all the entity tables created.
Did you end up making those study questions or something?
And that is our progress so far. Alright, just to go back to here, for the noise, I'm getting this from Science Hall. corridor. So we still need to do this implementing button called initialize database, and we're going to do that in our servlet, control servlet. And then we're also going to implement some checks such that the only registered users can log into the system on a login interface that will then be connected to our registration page.